You like pretend like you don't know what you're doing. You put it down. Oh my God, could you do it for me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Put I
don't get it.
Put your hand on the slot thing with mine. Yeah. Just kind of. I don't know how to pull it.
When me and Soulja Boy touched hands on the slot machine. Right. it was a turning point of my life.
What's up, bitches? Welcome back to Gin and Toxic. I'm Christina.
And I'm Lily.
And we're
welcome
here
back.
to fuck shit up. Yes, welcome back. Third episode. Things are going pretty smooth. We're currently at Lily's apartment recording, which the last two episodes we recorded at my place. And now we're here hanging out with Beanie Girl, Miss Beanie.
If you've listened to all episodes, bless your soul.
I know. Thank God you made it this far.
Maybe take a little break because too much of us is not good for you.
Maybe take a Motrin.
Yeah. Oh, could be good. Could be good.
Could be helpful. But yeah, we're back. Episode 3. We have our photo shoot tomorrow for the podcast, which is very exciting. But photo shoot tomorrow. The clothes almost didn't come in on time. Almost got only half of our package from IMG. It's been a wreck, but it's okay.
No, we're styling, directing, coordinating, modeling an entire photo shoot. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's altogether too much. I'm just not made for this life.
I know. You know what? It's like we're going to have a crazy weekend. And then we'll be fine. Yeah. And we'll relax.
And then it's over.
And we'll be good.
And you guys are going to have a bunch of hot photos of us.
Right.
You're welcome. We're just doing charity work out here or whatever.
We're giving back to the people.
We're giving back to the people. Don't say I never did anything good for y'all. Okay?
Right. Because I'm about to serve.
Yeah, I'm about to serve a look.
It's like, have you ever seen that tweet from the U.S. military, and it's like, how has serving impacted you? I remember I saw some guy quote it, and he goes, "Let's ask her," and it's a video of Charlie XCX from her newest music video. What? How has serving impacted you?
She did so much for the United States of America.
Right.
Thank you for saving our country, Charlie.
Charlie XCX.
Charlie XCX of all fucking people.
Right.
Oh
you know
God.
What though?
I know. She's a queen. I love her so much.
She's quite queen. Yeah. Music kind of slaps.
Queen. Yeah.
She is.
No, she is. Okay.
Anyways. All right. Let's get into it. All right. So anyways, most toxic thing we've done this week. You already know. I mean, a lot of toxic things we do in a week. But anyways, Lily, kick it off.
Yeah, so many things. But specifically this week, I don't know if y'all have ever been in the situation where you're out in public and you're either on the train or at a bar or something, and there's a couple and they're fighting. And maybe it's just my toxic ass, but I personally am peaking in those situations. Like, I want the drama, especially when I'm not a part of it. I hate drama, don't get me wrong. But if I'm not a part of the drama and I just get to listen to it and be entertained by it, give it to me. The tea is brewing and I need it. I love that shit. And in this scenario, it was actually Christina and her boyfriend. Are we shocked?
Oop. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. You saying that, people are probably going to be like, oh my God, they fight all the time. No, honestly.
Such a healthy relationship.
Yeah, we have such a wonderful relationship. But Lily's toxic thing of the week is thriving off of my toxic thing of the week.
Joy. It brought me happiness. It brought me entertainment.
Living vicariously through one another.
Yes, and don't get me wrong, it was just a silly little tiff. It was nothing.
Right.
But all Sunday, Christina's updating me and my boyfriend. I was out shopping with Sammy on Sunday, and she's texting me all these updates about her and Martine's fight, and I'm just living for it. And every 10 minutes, Sammy's like, has she texted you an update? I love this shit. I fucking love this shit. And I'm like, yeah, Sammy, I love this shit. And then when they made up, I was like, fuck.
You're like, God damn it, no more entertainment. Yeah. We were just talking about this earlier, that whenever me and my boyfriend are in some sort of little tiff or whatever, and I'm updating Lily about it, she's telling Sammy, and she's like, oh my God, did you hear about this? What's going on? Christina
and Sammy
Martine
eats that shit
right
up.
And
Boys
then it's the
opposite
when you're in a tiff with Sammy and you tell me, I go to Martine, I'm like, oh my God, listen to this shit. Yeah. Listen to what they did. Listen to this.
And Martine's like, oh my God, give me every juicy detail.
Tell me everything.
Straight men love drama more than white girls. I swear to fucking God.
Oh, they love. Are you kidding? Martine lives for the drama
because they're never a part of it. And again, we never want to be a part of it, but we do want to be all up in it. We do want the details. I want the tea. Brew it, bitch.
Exactly. So Lily's toxic thing of the week is listening and putting her input into my toxic thing of the week
and enjoying it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and very much so enjoying it. My toxic thing of the week now is, yes, this weekend, me and my boyf got into a little tiff. You know what? We don't like, maybe it's because like we're older now. I can't remember last time I got into like a full-blown like fight with a significant other. We've never gotten into a fight before, but obviously we've had like our differences and little arguments. So we had a little argument this weekend.
It was so stupid, but
it was
nonetheless,
the
it was a
stupidest
little
shit
tiff.
ever. Yeah, and obviously we talked it out and everything's good. But basically my toxic thing is, you know,
God.
there comes a day where, you know, you're a little annoyed at everything in life. You're a little annoyed at your boyfriend and you just want to spice it up. Throw a little boop.
No,
throw a little
drama.
Right.
Drama.
So we're talking whatever and we're trying to work out this tiff, and I decide, you know what?
She went in.
Yeah, I want to spice it up. I'm going to throw this line in. I go, you know what? If I can't do that for you, go find a new bitch.
Go find a new bitch.
Go find a new bitch.
Period. That's
We're
like my
talking
favorite
whatever.
line. It's so toxic to
Like, you know
say.
what? If you can't agree with this, go find a new bitch.
It's the most
And
toxic
he was like,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Because he's like, no, because like I love you and I want to be with you. And I'm like, yeah, I love you too and I want to be with you too.
But if
like,
you want like a cool girl who can
Yeah.
like do all these cool things, then go
Yeah.
get a cool
go
girl.
find a cool girl.
And they're like, okay, like what? Like a
I
man does
don't.
not know
Okay,
how to
then shut
handle
up.
that. Yeah, and then shut the
Then
fuck
stop
up.
bitching. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's the
can't.
most toxic thing to say, but it just has to be said.
Yeah, just once in a
sometimes.
while, you just got to throw a little go find a new
It
bitch.
brings so
in
much
there.
flavor to the fight.
Right.
It's like, okay, you can
Little
get mad at me for
spice.
saying that, but I am like carrying this fight on my fucking back right now.
Right.
I am making this shit juicy, okay?
Right. You know what I was thinking about? You know, we both, I realized, sent it to each other on TikTok without realizing it.
Oh
And
no.
it's the TikTok of that girl that it's like, you know that audio? It's like, what do we do, wackus bonkus? And it's like, oh, you're naughty.
Yeah.
It's like, it says Mrs. My Boyfriend. And it's like, what do we do, wackus bonkus? And it's like,
Yeah.
start a fight.
Yes.
You naughty wackus bonkus.
Like Sammy will be on a night out and I'm like, babe, where the fuck are you? And really I'm just sitting here like, oh, I wonder where Sammy is.
Yeah.
Instead of just like say, no,
just
I
throw
don't
a
do
little,
that. That's a lie, actually. Never mind.
But we don't do that. I don't know what we're talking about.
Who does that?
Shit, it's toxic.
What kind of person?
Oh my gosh, you know what's so funny? Martine's mom this weekend, talking to her, love her, she's a queen, was telling her about the podcast, and she goes, what's the name of it?
Oh. What a fun thing to tell your boyfriend's mother. My boyfriend's mother
Yeah.
shall never know that gin and toxic
Right.
exists.
I was like, oh, like it's called gin and toxic, you know, it's like a play on a gin and tonic.
She
you
loved
know?
it, didn't she?
Oh yeah, she was
She
like, oh my god, that's so
loved
cute.
She
But
loved it.
still, it was like telling your boyfriend's mother that you have a podcast called Gin and Toxic. You know, also, we haven't been dating that long.
Not quite
so-
long enough for that, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm so
Anyways,
sick of talking about our boyfriends.
Right. Let's
Next.
move on.
Like,
Next. All right. Topic for today. We're talking about rejection. All right. We're talking about rejecting men.
REJECTED reject. No, you don't know it? Zoe 101?
Wait. Oh, I do
There we
remember
go.
that.
I just thought of that on the spot, bitch.
I was like, at first I didn't get it. And
If
then
you
I was
know,
like,
you know. And if you don't,
ah.
you're not cultured. Okay,
Right.
next.
Anyways, but yeah, we're talking about rejection today. Rejecting. More specifically, right now, we're going to talk about rejecting men.
Which is so fun.
yeah,
My
which is
favorite
great.
activity.
Yeah, because sometimes you just got to shoot the ego down a little bit. You know, you never know.
shoot it.
Yeah, shoot
it down.
Exactly. So, anyways, Lily has an incredible story about rejecting quite a specific niche of men.
random.
So, take it away. Let's hear this
Take it
rejection story.
Now, ladies, okay? And I know it's
Ladies.
mostly ladies listening. Let's be
Right.
fucking real. But I know we all know we reject men pretty much every day. Like, not
Every
even,
day.
I don't care how pretty, quote unquote, you are or like whatever. As a woman, especially if you live in like a busy area, like we live in New York, you reject men every day. I get catcalled every day. I usually get approached, like especially if I'm out for the whole day
Right.
and like just have any interaction with men. You just, it happens every day. It's exhausting. It's disgusting. But in some instances, it's kind of fun.
Right.
And in
Right.
this instance, it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. So let me set the scene. So I'm on a work. This is just in August. I got asked to go on this work trip to style a fashion event, and I was in Vegas for a week. And I get to Vegas, get out of the car, we're at the hotel unloading everything, and I look over and I'm like, huh, that man looks awfully familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on it because he's not someone that you'd look at and be like, well, I mean, like, it depends who you are, but like the average person wouldn't look at him and be like, oh, I know who that is. It took me a minute. And then me and my coworker were like, holy shit, it's Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy, tell him.
Soulja Boy. Like, what the fuck? So random. And he's just like waiting outside, I guess, for a car. And he had his some friends with him. And I'm like walking by and he saw me look at him the first time and he didn't seem, I don't know, he didn't like turn away or anything. Like, he's not that famous. I mean, he's really famous, but he's not super.
You know what though? Yeah, he had his peak in like early 2000s.
People don't recognize him every 2 minutes.
Yeah,
probably.
Exactly. It's like now him
like
walking around. Yeah, I feel like I don't think I would recognize him if I first. I think it would be the same thing. Like, it would take me a minute. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think the average person really recognizes him anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Sad we've left that era.
No, literally. That was like the peak of my life. But he looked away and didn't really try to hide or anything. So I had to walk like directly by him to get into the hotel. And I just like, we made eye contact and I was like, hey, like, what? Me, this little white girl. I didn't know what to do, but I was like, hey, dude. Soulja Boy. I gotta say hi. And he was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, not much, Soulja Boy. I'm just fucking checking into my hotel. And he was like, oh, what are you here for? And I'm like, why are you talking to me? Like, this is so and I'm like, my boss is like behind me. I'm like, hold on. I'm talking to fucking Soulja Boy right now. Could you just wait a fucking second?
How old is he?
Oh, he has to be like 30 now.
30 something, yeah.
Probably.
Anyways.
that would be my guess. His friends look like they were in their 20s though.
Yeah.
And he's
I'm
like,
gonna look it up while you're talking.
Yeah. He's like, well, enjoy your stay. Like, this hotel is sick. Like, you're going to have so much fun. And I was like, thanks, Soulja Boy. Love you. Like, what's going on? So, yeah, that was my little Soulja Boy interaction. Nothing, like, he didn't flirt with me or anything like that.
Yeah. And he is 31.
Oh my God, the way I literally young. Was a year off. That's amazing.
I mean, he looks, I don't know how old some of these photos are, but he looks,
pie.
I was going to say, he looks like he has a baby face. Like, he looks young.
No, he was like really nice. Like, the fact that he like made conversation with me.
No,
like,
that's awesome.
I was like, what's happening? And then later that night, I worked like a crazy 10-hour, 12-hour day that day. And later that night, I like took a shower. I have wet hair, no makeup, literal pajamas on, like, not like sexy pajamas, like gross pajamas.
Yeah, like,
and I'm like,
your 5th grade field trip t-shirt.
No, literally like double XL. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go step outside in front of the hotel before bed and just get some fresh air and like make a phone call. Just a little smoke break, aka a little smoke break. Little, you know, it's legal there, so whatever. So I'm walking through the lobby, and as soon as I get out of the elevator, I immediately regret my decision because I'm in one of the biggest hotels in Vegas. There are people dressed to the fucking nines.
Oh,
in
yeah.
This. Like, it's unbelievable. There's like 3 clubs in the hotel, casino, everything, and I am in a double XL t-shirt from my 5th grade fucking field trip and with wet hair looking like a whole rat. And I'm walking through the lobby, and who do I run into again?
Soulja Boy,
tell him. Oh, and I'm like, oh shit. And he looks at me and he's like, hey. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, there's no way he's like actually saying hi to me again. Like, what's happening?
He remembers me.
Like, the way he remembered me. Like,
remembers
okay,
me.
That's kind of cute.
Right.
Whatever. Maybe this is a love story. I don't know.
Love story with Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy, if you're listening, I love you. Anyways.
I wonder if he got a woman.
That's none of my business. I got a man. Sammy, I'm sorry, I'm leaving you for Soulja Boy. Sammy would be like, yes, you must do this for us.
He would say it exactly like that too.
Yeah.
Lily, you must.
Yeah.
You must.
Whoa, that was good. Shit.
Loose.
So yeah, there's Soulja Boy, and I look like a rat, and he says hi to me, and I'm like, hey, dude. And his friends are like, come, gamble with us. We're going to the club. And I'm like, oh, like, no, I'm going to go.
I'm in my pajamas.
Smoky, and then I'm going to go to sleep because I'm working here. And Soulja Boy and his friends literally for like 15 minutes stood there and tried to convince me to go out with them. And I was like, I was just so uncomfortable because of how ugly I looked. I just was like, I need to get out of this situation as quickly as I possibly can. But it was so ever so flattering when you're at your ugliest and Soulja Boy
is hitting on
wants
you
you to hit the casino with him. I was like, damn, Soulja Boy, you know how to make a woman feel good,
right?
And so
You
ultimately,
like pretend like you don't know what you're doing. You put
Yeah.
it down. Oh my god, could you do it for me?
yeah,
I don't know. Put like
I don't get it.
put your hand on the slot thing with mine.
Yeah.
And just kind of. I don't know how to pull it.
When me and Soulja Boy touched hands on the slot machine.
Right.
it was a turning point of my life. So ultimately,
And that's how I met your dad, kids.
that's how I met your dad. Ultimately, the point of the story is I rejected Soulja Boy, and at my ugliest, may I add. And
Right.
I felt pretty damn good.
Like,
Like,
damn.
I may have texted the girls group chat after and felt pretty good about
Oh, yeah.
myself. It did wonders for my ego.
Oh,
wonders. Like,
Absolutely.
I know it was, some of you are like, it's just Soulja Boy. And I'm like, no, it's Soulja Boy.
Here's the thing
motherfuckers.
that I feel like the younger listeners are like,
They don't
either
care.
A, who's Soulja Boy, or
Yeah.
B, nobody cares.
My older sisters like worshipped him. Like, we
Right.
love Soulja Boy.
Exactly.
growing
The
up.
older audience, y'all are listening.
Y'all get
You
it.
Get it.
Y'all get it.
Y'all
It was
get
a cool moment.
Baby, you know that I miss you.
And-
I want to get
yeah.
with you.
No, literally.
But I get that that's a
Wait.
baby. Blah, 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 blah. I forget the
I
lyrics.
forgot that it was even Soulja Boy.
Kiss me through the phone?
Isn't it someone else in that song too?
It is. It's two people.
Oh, okay. I was just
Six-
making sure he was.
Wait,
definitely
what's
in
the thing? Is it 678
821
Yeah, something
Voices
like
of
that.
Angels. And may I add, it says in our notes Soulja Boy / NBA players because some of the people that were with him were NBA players. And they were all trying to get me to go play with them. And I'm like, meanwhile, there's like whole ass like escorts, strippers, models around me. And I'm not even like trying to say that I'm like hot shit or anything. I looked so disgusting. I think they just thought that I was like very normal and like approachable and just seemed like I don't even know if they were like trying to hit on me in like a sexual way. Maybe they just wanted to be pals. I don't know.
Okay, wait, sorry. Like on topic, off topic. I looked up Kiss Me Through the Phone. It's not coming up that like it features anybody. Wait. Oh, just kidding. Yes, it does. Sammy?
Soulja Boy.
Someone named Sammy, actually.
Oh my god, it's my Sammy.
Right. Sammie.
Oh,
I
interesting.
have no idea who that is.
Well, yeah, so moral of the
Sammy?
story is Soulja Boy's a great fucking guy. Stream Soulja Boy.
Right.
End of story. Next.
Next.
No, we all have probably like a million rejection stories. That one just recently happened, so it was great. But you had one. Yours also recently
Kind of
happened.
recent, yeah. So my most recent rejection story was, what did we do this for? I think it was for Paige's birthday. Yeah, for my roommate's birthday, we went out, and it was me, her, and a bunch of her friends. And we went out for dinner, and we went out for drinks and everything. And Paige has this friend, this girl, Julia, freaking queen, love her. And
Queens only.
Queens only, right. She has connections to everybody and anybody is what we discovered. And she used to work at Catch is what I now learned.
I didn't know that. Shit.
Right. So yeah, she used to work there. So that's why we were able to get in so easily because she
If you
like
don't
knew
know
all
Catch,
the people there.
It's Catch. Look up Catch Steakhouse
Oh
and
my
just figure it out.
gosh,
Every
I'm
paparazzi
sure,
photo
yeah.
you see in New York is taken outside
Oh
of Catch.
my gosh. Yeah. So, well, there's Catch Steak and there's Catch Seafood. Catch Seafood
Right.
is the one that turns into the nightclub at night.
Oh, isn't Catch next to Tao in Meatpacking?
That is Catch Steak.
There's not
Right.
a club there? I thought there was a club in that one.
That's there's a club in
In
Tao.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
don't know why. I
so
thought there
there's Catch Steak, and then next to that is Tao, and then Tao turns into a nightclub, and then like 2 blocks down in Meatpacking is Catch Seafood.
Oh, it's very close.
yeah.
I knew it was
it's
close.
right
Okay.
near each other.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
and so Catch Seafood turns into a club at night. Anyways,
How uncultured am I? Jesus.
oh my God, get it
Christ.
together,
Get it
Lily.
together. Catch Seafood has the club. Sorry,
Right.
guys.
Anyways, though,
fucked
I cannot remember the last time I went to Catch to go clubbing, but this night
Jesus, yeah.
it was like 3 a.m, and it was Paige's birthday, and Julia was like, "Yo, like, let's go to Catch. Who wants to go to Catch?" And we were all so drunk.
Yeah, it's like, oh
So
my
we
God,
were
I
like-
love Catch.
Right.
I haven't gone there in like 7
Catch.
years.
Yeah, so I was just like, we're like, yeah, let's go, whatever. So we go, we get right in, we get like a table, bottle service, whatever. And me and Paige are having a good time. We're like dancing on top of the seats, whatever. And I see this guy like eyeing me from like not all the way across the room, but like from the table across from me, which was a good distance. But he's just like eyeing me. And I was like, okay, whatever. And, you know, me and Paige are just enjoying ourselves, dancing, blah, blah, blah. And then this guy ends up coming up to me and like taps me while I'm standing on the booth, like dancing. And he was like, hey, like, I think you're really pretty. Like, can I buy you a drink? And I was like, oh, like, thanks, but no. And he was like, and then I don't remember, he said something like weird, like, oh, I was kidding because I have bottle service at my table anyways.
Oh, you want a sticker?
Yeah, like a little sticker, a gold star.
Yeah,
like I got bottle service too, bitch, and I know everybody in here.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break. But it was just like, it was weird because he's like, let me buy you a drink, and then I go no, and he was like, oh, I was kidding anyways because I have bottle service.
Butthurt.
And I was like,
So
oh,
butthurt.
like haha, whatever. So we were just like, what the hell? And then Paige like saw that I was like hella uncomfortable. So then Paige comes over
drunk
and like
Paige to the rescue.
Paige is a
Paige always comes up in our fucking
icon.
podcast. We love you,
She
Paige.
does.
No, like
she
we
really
stand.
does. But yeah, no, drunk Paige is a different Paige. It is so funny. But
Simply iconic.
she comes up to me and she like grabs me and puts her arm around me and she's like dancing with me and like basically telling this dude to like F off, like go away. She's like, yeah, go away, go away.
Oh my god.
So this dude just like walks away. And he just kept staring at me the whole night, though. And you know what? It's so, like, you know, I get that it's a club, but it's so uncomfortable when you're there and you're having a good time. You're trying to dance, and this one guy is just staring the entire time. The dude
Listen
that you
up, men.
rejected.
Don't do this fucking
Yeah.
shit.
Just
Let us
staring.
have a good time. If you want
Right.
to try, give it a go. If we say no, walk away.
Yeah.
Like, don't ruin the
And the thing
whole
too that
vibe.
was weird too, like when I was like, I like couldn't tell if he was like butthurt or if he was actually joking because I was drunk. I didn't really know the difference.
He was probably butthurt.
Yeah,
to
probably
be honest.
when he was, yeah, like, let me buy you a drink. Oh no, I was nice about it too though. I was like, oh, like, thanks, but no.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, I was kidding anyways. I have bottle service. And I was like, oh, like, congratulations. I'm fucking, I don't know, like, now walk away, please.
Yeah, like what?
Like, I don't know. And then fucking just looking at me, like, dancing the whole night. And I was like, okay, I can leave now. But yeah, no, literally watching me, like, till we left. So that was just, like, really weird. It
so
wasn't, like, some sort of,
uncomfortable.
like, crazy rejection story.
Yeah,
But
just
it was
a classic
like,
example.
Yeah, like, a classic
that, like
one.
the Soulja Boy thing. Okay, that might not happen to everyone unless you go to Vegas. It'll probably happen,
Yeah.
but that story happens to girls every fucking weekend. And
Right.
it's one thing if a guy. I love when a guy comes up. I appreciate the courage, and especially if they're polite. That's
Right.
fine.
If they're nice
I don't
about
really
it, like,
mind
hey,
that.
like, I think you're really beautiful. Like, can I get you a drink?
That's,
or I'd
like,
love
that's
to, like,
sweet.
Yeah, exactly. And like, if
like I have a boyfriend, so I'll say no, but
Right.
like I'll be really. It's not like I'm this kind of girl
Exactly.
that's like fuck off. Like
That's
no,
the worst
I
when, like,
appreciate it.
because that's like literally the next thing we're gonna go into is like literally how men's egos get shot down so much when you reject them that they end up turning into
they become a dick.
yeah, they become like an absolute
Happens
dick.
Oh, like 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this recently. I told you about that kid like in my high school. Like I was a freshman in high school and he kept trying to hit on me and he would like tell me like weird shit like I saw you in class today and you looked really good in those leggings. Yeah. Like that was so weird. And then like after I rejected him for like the 100th time, ended up turning into like one of my
flipped a
worst
switch.
high school bullies.
Yep.
Like
Oh my god, that's how
you
all
wanted
my
me
high school
so
bullies came
bad.
to be. Yeah.
You wanted me young too.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah, it's so gross.
Gross.
So gross.
And then I told you he continued to bully me like a year after. He was 2 grades older than me in high school. And when he graduated high school and I was still in the high school, continued to bully me on Twitter.
He's a grown
like,
man.
Yeah. And it's like why are guys like that? Like we're like us females, we're gonna have way more respect for you if you come up to us, say like, hi, can I buy you a drink? I think you're beautiful, whatever. And even if we say no, you being like, oh, okay, like, you know, carry on, have a good night, whatever. Like something so simple like that, like, you know, rather than getting so butthurt, like you weren't even that pretty anyways. Like, I
Yeah,
don't like, you know what? I didn't like that
okay.
attitude anyway. Like,
Not that
like,
pretty. Like you just came up to me and
Yeah,
offered to pay for my
Yeah.
drink. I'm also
like you're
really
staring.
hot.
Yeah,
You
I'm
don't
really hot.
have
You're
to tell me.
staring at me dancing.
Yeah.
Like you came up to me for a reason. Like don't.
It's
oh,
hilarious.
you know what? Whatever.
I love it.
No,
I
it really
love
is
it. I'm
hilarious.
like, oh, you could go cry about it. You
Yeah,
want me
like,
to go? Like, fuck off. dude.
mommy.
And there's so many reasons why a girl will reject you. One, the main one, she has a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry, I'm loyal. Like, what? And then maybe she just wants to hang out with her friends.
Yeah, exactly. It's a girl's night out.
Yeah.
She's just not like
Not the buzzer.
Pause. Sorry about that, guys.
Beanie's litter was being delivered.
A
Chewy.com.
gigantic box
Plug 'em.
of
Blah, 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 blah,
a gigantic a gigantic box of litter
yeah.
for all the shit tards that for all the turds.
Little
The
shit
beanies,
turds.
little shit turds.
Oh my god, okay.
We're not bringing up shit in this episode.
Cat shit, nonetheless.
That was a last episode thing.
Oh, yeah.
I sent you
the Mexican explosion.
Yeah, I sent you that. We're talking about we got to post that TikTok on the podcast page.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
I've been
shitting,
taking
crying.
mad dumps.
Oh no, the one that's like shitting, crying, vomiting, diarrhea.
Absolutely.
Anyways, back to rejecting
please
men.
get
I
out of
think
this.
we just left off about like the reasons that we reject men, and we were just saying like, yeah, you want to have a good time with your girlies, you have a boyfriend,
Then
like
they get all butthurt, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah,
like
blah,
you don't. Here's the thing, I feel like like you don't even have to have a reason to reject. Like if
No.
a guy's like,
Oh,
why?
period. Yeah.
Because I don't.
Because
Like
I'm not an
'Cause I'm-
object. I'm
yeah.
a human being, and I don't always want to be approached like I'm a fucking zoo animal.
Yeah.
Like, go away.
like oh my god, men are ridiculous. But anyways, so yeah, men's egos, yeah, they just have the most fragile egos.
it's such a red flag too when a guy gets like if you get rejected by a girl. I'm speaking to the like 4 men listening. If you get rejected by a girl, just be like, oh, no problem. Like, have such a fun night. Like, maybe I'll see you around the bar. Like,
exactly.
I'm with my friends. If you guys want to join us, like, no pressure. Like, have a good night.
Yeah,
that's how you should. And then I guarantee you have, unless she has like a boyfriend or something, you are way more likely to have her come around and chat to you later in the night.
Right.
But even if she doesn't, that's just how you treat a human being.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care if it's a man or a woman. Like, that is how you treat a human being. You respect their boundaries, period.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. Like, that's what has to be done.
Do you remember we were in St. Pete and those guys like came up and sat at our table and they were like talking to us, but they were being really
Where
nice.
were we?
It was when Hannah was there. We were like sitting down eating like chips.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember those guys came over and they were like they asked us to like do something or say something, give one of them like a hug or something, remember?
Oh my God. Yes. This
remember
was
that?
some 12-year-old shit.
Yeah. So long story short, we went on a trip to St. Pete and it was me, Lily, and Hannah. And
that's near Tampa, Florida.
Yes, exactly. So we're like
Such a
sitting
random
down at this bar at this table, and this like guy comes up to our
I think
table.
it was 2 of them, wasn't it? Or just one?
Yeah, it was 2 of them, but like one was doing all the talking.
Oh yeah,
I remember.
Yeah. Classic.
And he said something like literally 12-year-old shit, like dared from his friend to like give us.
I was there to give you a hug.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't
it was
a
a
hug.
hug.
I
It was a
think it
hug.
was a hug.
It was a
Yeah.
hug.
Because I remember it being like, I remember just being like,
so
okay.
awkward.
Yeah,
like,
and I was like, sure.
oh, is your
Give you a
friend your
hug.
little brother who's in the 4th grade?
Right.
Or is he a grown man? He always a grown man.
Right.
He was a grown man.
But
Spoiler
then again,
alert.
too, I don't remember if they asked if we had boyfriends or not, but I do remember them being like, us like kind of like showing them we're not interested. And I remember the guy being very respectful, being like,
Yeah,
okay,
no,
like have a
they were
great night,
nice.
guys, and like walking away.
Yeah, and it's not even that they were being rude or disrespectful because
Yeah,
they
no.
weren't. But
It was just like,
you
we-
did not just sit at this table and ask if you could give me a hug.
hug.
I know you didn't
A
just do
hug
that
for a dare.
Hannah. I was so. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, so unamused.
Right.
So Hannah didn't like. I was like giggling a bit, and you were like talking to them, and Hannah just sat there
Yeah,
looking
just
like
like,
she
what
wanted
the
to
fuck?
die.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
so
giving.
funny.
It was giving a very oh my god, we're gonna hug on the playground at recess vibes.
Yes.
like
Absolutely.
oh my god, like we're gonna get all our friends to huddle around us
So we can hug.
and we're gonna hug for the first
Not
time.
even like a little
Right.
smooch. A
Right.
hug.
a little hug.
Oh my god, ew! I'm getting the ick from even talking about.
Right.
This. Next, please.
But
Wow, I
anyways,
forgot
but that
about
was you know what, as icky and weird
They
as
were
that was,
respectful.
yeah, that was a good rejection story. because we were like, no, clearly showed disinterest, and they were like, okay, have a great night.
We're
like,
gonna do a whole episode on that trip.
oh yeah, we're calling it.
Oh my god, it
you
was
know,
iconic.
St. Pete's dash McNasty's dash.
People are like McNasty's. No, there was dead ass a bar across the street called McNasty's. I wish
was
I was
great.
And it was McNasty.
Oh,
okay,
it was disgusting.
It was disgusting. It's like a trailer park bar.
Yeah.
And I loved every second
part of it.
There was like 4 people in the bar. I was dancing. I was singing. It was the best night of my life.
I remember I like what's it called? Like put my phone. No, not my phone. That random blonde girl that we met put her phone into like the jukebox, and she was like whipping up like all those songs.
Yeah, she had like Doja Cat and Mac Miller.
Right.
I was like, yes, girl. We're at the trailer park.
You thought she was bored. She was there with her boyfriend, but she was talking to us like the whole night. I was like, girl, you're bored of your boyfriend.
Oh my god,
like,
yeah, that was icon. Okay, we have to save this.
Yeah, we have to save this for the actual episode. But anyways,
we got from Soulja Boy. We went from Soulja Boy to McNasty's.
Right. This always happens.
Yeah.
But because we talked about rejecting men, how about being rejected?
Oh, I love this.
Right. Being rejected, here's the thing though, being rejected
happens to the best of us.
You know, as a female,
it's rare.
First of all, it's rare, but
different.
We definitely handle it way better.
So gracefully. Well,
here's the thing. I feel like we handle it gracefully.
Or we're completely psychotic.
Right. But like we would never be like if a guy rejected us, we would never be like, okay, well, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
like,
no.
You know, it would be like a thing where we're like,
I'm just
okay,
gonna,
like
stalk
no,
your Instagram.
Yeah, like
12
no
times
worries,
today.
and then walk away and go to my friends and be like, you know, he ain't shit anyway.
Like,
yeah.
Do it, I wouldn't say something like mad disrespectful
double
to your
standard
face.
here.
Yeah.
It's like you're not gonna say something disrespectful to their face, but you're gonna make jokes about it with the girls behind the back, which is fine. Honestly, I would not give a fuck if a guy came up to me, I rejected him, and he was like, okay, no problem to me, but then went to his boys and was like, she ain't shit anyway. Yeah. Honestly,
as long as you're not saying
really
stuff like,
care.
Oh, she's disgusting or something.
Right.
Like, you know, there's a
like,
fine
don't
line.
contradict yourself.
Yeah, but like I can take a fucking joke. Like,
exactly.
You know, it's not.
Yeah. But anyways, getting rejected. Lily Lily is queen of stories for this episode. Which
is probably not great. This episode of all episodes.
Right. This episode of all the episodes. But this is such like an iconic this rejection story that she has is just I'm just gonna let her take it away because it's just really great. We have some tea.
I have 2. One, I think they're good examples. One I handled very gracefully, and the second one not so much. All right,
go off.
Getting rejected was new to me. It's new to me. It doesn't.
It
hasn't happened since. To be fair, okay.
I seriously think the last I'm not gonna lie. I think the last time I got rejected from a guy was, oh my god, I think it was like before I dated my ex-boyfriend, like in early 2016.
Because sometimes you think a guy's rejecting you, and then 2 months later he hits you up again. That with the Palestinian prince.
Yes,
exactly. You thought he was rejecting you, but now he literally still hits you up to this fucking day.
Yeah, being like a let's go out or whatever. You know, it's just like
they always come back.
I don't think he was rejecting me. He just like wasn't really like giving me time of day.
Yeah, it was nothing personal. It was nothing.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like
it never is. You're way too hot for that.
Oh, of course. Are you kidding me?
Obviously.
No wonder he still hits me up. I'm so juicy and beautiful. But anyways, all right.
So juicy and beautiful.
So juicy and beautiful. Juicy. Today I walk in the door to Lily's apartment and I was like, I don't even know. I was like setting up the podcast equipment and juicy.
Can't stop thinking about that ass.
I know. Lily was like, oh my God, look at that juicy ass. Or what did you say to me?
Christina has the best. She's like this tiny little thing and she's got the best ass. Like,
Thank you.
It's phenomenal. I'm so blessed to be a part of this. I love it so much. Like,
oh yeah, Christina with the fat ass. Yeah, her.
Oh yeah, Christina with the juiciest, fattest ass in the whole fucking game.
Right.
Yeah. I know her.
I know about that.
It's absolutely brilliant. Oh my God. Let's get into the fucking story.
I know. I was going to say.
Everyone's thinking right now. Everyone's like clicking off the podcast.
I'm like, oh my God, this is a great story, but let's procrastinate for 10 more minutes.
Yeah, we're going to tell it to you in 20 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I was in a long-term relationship. I think I touched on this briefly in one of the other episodes. You guys need to get like the timeline of my life so that every story makes sense. Like, I want you guys to know everything, but like
I think
not
we
too
like
much.
kind of explained. Was it last episode, I think, because last episode was the boyfriend's episode where we kind of explained, like, we need to, the first few episodes might be a lot of, like, catching up on our lives so things make sense.
Yeah, but it has to be done. I have to give you the fucking timeline, girls, okay? So I just got out of a long-term relationship. It ended in August of 2018. I got out of a long-term relationship, 2 years, maybe a little more. And I gave it like a month, not even probably, after the relationship, because I had been mentally checked out of that relationship for months.
Exactly.
I was never even like fully in love with him.
Yeah.
So about a month after the relationship, I was still kind of new to New York. I had moved there like 10 months before. And it's like early October, I think, at this point. And I downloaded Bumble, I believe.
As
like some dating app. I don't
does.
know. And that was very new to me. And it was like kind of scary and whatever. But I downloaded Bumble. And I think one of the first days I came across this guy. What should we call him?
Mr. Music Man.
Mr. Music Man. Brilliant.
Mr.
You'll get why we're going
Music
to call him
Man.
that. I come across this guy, and he's super cute. I see that he's British. I'm like, oh, I love me a little foreign man.
As we've learned.
Specifically European. I love a European man. And I see on his Bumble profile, or whatever it was, that he does have a photo with Justin Bieber. And I was like, I'm not even a Justin Bieber fan, but I was like, that's
Impressive.
interesting. Like, are they friends, or like what's going on here? Because they were in a studio together in the photo. And I was like, huh, that's awfully peculiar. But I don't know. It could have been anything. It could have been like he was a fan, or he was working in the studio and he just happened to meet him. Like, it could have been anything.
Yeah.
And whatever. So I go and I meet up with him for a drink. And he was really nice, like such a sweet guy. I will still say, like to this day, such a nice guy. Honestly wish that we were just like friends and like never dated. But I get a drink with him, and then we go back to his apartment. That doesn't sound great for me, but we go back to his apartment, and we're walking into his building, and I'm like, huh, this is an awfully nice building, isn't it? And we're going up the elevator, and the elevator opens up into
like,
his
that's
penthouse.
how you know they got money.
That's how you know. If the elevator doesn't open up onto a floor and it just opens up into a penthouse,
oh yeah,
you're just like, oh,
that's how you know they got. I've only ever been to one other apartment like that, and it was, I think I told you about this. I went to a party. You know, the owner of Barney's New York, like the department store?
Yes.
His son, who lives in Soho, threw a party in my freshman year of college, and my college roommate
somehow
knew one of his friends. Yeah, somehow we got the
Iconic.
invite, and we went, and it was one of those apartments that was my first ever time going to.
Yeah, this was my first time. I was like, what's happening?
Like, that's crazy.
Why is the elevator opening into your living room?
Right.
What's happening? Like, I was like, what the fuck? So we get into this penthouse, and I was like, oh, this all you? This all you? This all you? This is nice. This is really nice. Shit. I was like, there's no way. Like, I almost felt like sketched out. I was like, are we like breaking into this apartment? Like, there's no way this is his apartment.
Yeah.
But then I look, and he has like family photos everywhere, and I'm like, shit, what the fuck is going on? And he told me when we were getting drinks that he's a producer and he makes music, and I was just like, oh yeah, you make a little SoundCloud
right, little
like
SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah, I was like, whatever, dude. Like, I didn't care. I knew it wasn't gonna be anything serious. I just was like, for fun, going on dates. So I get to his apartment, and I'm like, wow, this is interesting. And at the time, I'm 19 years old, brand new to New York, like first year in New York, and was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
So we're hanging out. Again, he's so sweet and so nice. Like, you would never know this guy had money, which I really like loved about him.
We talked about this in
in
like our episode on the Really Bitchy podcast. Yeah, we're really like,
we love a quiet millionaire.
A quiet, low key man.
Shut up and make
That's
money.
what we were saying about Dalton Gomez.
Yes, Ariana's fucking
husband now.
Jesus, that's
crazy.
crazy.
At the time it wasn't even her fiance at the time. I think it was just her boyfriend
together
when we did that episode. Yeah, a quiet, low key man that makes his money.
I love that. This is my favorite thing in the world. And so we're at his apartment, and I'm like, oh, I have to go use the bathroom. It's like a maze to get to the fucking bathroom because this place is so big. And I'm walking down this hallway, and I look up at the wall, and it's all these framed records that are like platinum and gold and whatever. And I'm like, wait, what? And Justin Bieber's albums are on the wall. Dangerous Woman, Ariana Grande. There was more pop stars. But there was a lot of Justin and Ariana.
So you aren't a SoundCloud rapper, producer person.
Exactly. And I was like, what's happening here? And at this point, I'm still like, oh, bullshit. There's just no way. But then as soon as I saw the Justin Bieber one, I put it together. And I was like, oh my God, the picture of them in the fucking studio and this on his wall. Like, what the fuck? He produced What Do You Mean? Sorry, All a Purpose.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no fucking way, dude. And then I go back out. I'm playing it so cool. And then like a few hours in, I'm like, so you know Ariana Grande or what's the fucking deal, bro?
Interesting that he lives in New York too.
Yeah,
and he works with all those people. Not saying
he has a place in LA.
But like,
he obviously has another penthouse in LA.
Obviously.
Or a mansion, I don't know. But
one or the other.
One or the other, you know. And I was just like, oh, so you know Ari, my girl. Okay. So that's awesome. Like, I've gone to every Ariana Grande tour. I'm like such a stan. And I was just like, how do I play this cool? Like, because I'm a huge fan of the music he makes and I'm in his, okay, cool. Like, this is weird.
Right.
So, yeah, like, that was it, really. I brought it up to him and he was just like, oh, yeah, no big deal. Like, I make music for
like, obviously for him.
And, you know, he's completely anonymous, though. He doesn't put his name on anything. He uses, like, a fake name.
Alias,
yes. Yeah. And he, like, lives a really, really quiet life just with millions of dollars, which is super fun. I love that. I love it so much. But he's like really good friends with Justin and Hailey Bieber and like all of them. It's fucking crazy.
That is nuts.
Yeah. And then we saw each other for about a month. It was nothing serious ever. But I like wanted to like him, and that probably sounds fucked up. Probably sounds like gold digger of me, but like I wanted to like him because he did have such a cool life, and along with the money, like I love a creative.
You see the life and you're like, I want that. Yeah, no, the creative too.
And I loved that, like, we clicked on being creatives and we talked a lot about, you know, just like we had a lot in common with that.
Yeah.
But it just like it wasn't there for me. Like I didn't feel very passionately towards him. And then we just ended up kind of being friends, and then he traveled so much that it just didn't work out. But I would like reach out to him when I thought he was in New York and whatever, and I did get semi rejected, which is fair enough.
But here's the thing, it wasn't a rejection. Like it wasn't a rejection of he didn't. Well, I mean, he liked you. Not romantically though.
Yes, yeah, we like really liked each other as people.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like rejection, but not like and not the worst that it could be.
Yeah, and he was spending so much time in England with his family. I was like, this just isn't gonna work. Like,
yeah, exactly.
And also, even if I did like fall in love with him or something, as much fun as I'm sure it is to date a millionaire, I would never, ever, ever work out in that scene. Like, I would never click with those people. I would never be able to relate. I would always feel out of place. I would always feel like the extra or like the broke girl who just wiggled her way in. Like, I would never feel like authentic within his group of friends.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not worth it to me. I'm sure some girls would be all over that, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know, whatever, but it wasn't for me.
It's definitely like it's a lifestyle for a niche group of people, and then there's a lot of like from the outside looking in, it probably looks like the perfect thing, and then once you're in it, you're like,
I was just thinking about the people. I'm like, let's say even fucking Justin Bieber walks in right now. I would not get along with Justin Bieber. Right. I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now. I couldn't last in a 5-minute conversation with that man. He's such a piece of shit. Like, and he just does so many controversial things. And I just would like want to bring them up and be like, why'd you do that, Justin? He'd be like, can you do that, Justin? Fuck out? Yeah.
Could you get this bitch out of here?
Like, why'd you do that? Like, it just wouldn't go well at all.
And I was like telling you, like, obviously, like, with the status of who, like, my ex was and stuff, obviously no fucking Justin Bieber group and stuff like that. But even still, I was kind of, I
people
get it.
People who are making a lot of money, people who are chasing clout.
Yeah, people that are just, like, in that, like, kind of, you know, they're higher class, but they're not, like, you know, whatever. They're famous, but they're not celebrity status. But still, I was, like, explaining to Lily,
B-list, C-list,
yeah,
B-list,
exactly.
C-list.
Like, being someone that I wasn't necessarily thrown into it. I, like, grew up with it because me and my ex were dating from such a young age, and then he became, like, who he was, like, during our relationship.
And you became who you were.
Yeah, and I became who
Period.
I was. But
Okay,
it was
let's
like
not
so
forget.
weird because when we broke up and I wasn't like in that like lifestyle anymore, and I actually got to like make a life for myself in New York City and solidify friendships here, then it made me realize like, oh my God, that lifestyle was not for me at all. Like, this is what I want. Like, I want to be with the girlies, chilling on the couch, drinking my cold brew, recording podcasts.
No, literally. And you guys know Christina, she, like, let's just say it, she has a fuck ton of followers.
Yeah.
She's very successful. But my favorite thing about Christina is she hangs out with people like me.
You know what? I
She
just realized, like,
she's not attracted to the A-list crowd.
I am
and
not.
I love that
and you know
about
what?
you.
I'm honestly not really attracted to the influencer crowd in general too. Like,
Jesus Christ,
whenever
no.
people like ask me like, oh my God, collaborate with like these influencers or whatever, like I was never one to be like,
Jumping
I never
on
really
that.
wanted to. Like, I don't know. I just found my most authentic friendships over time were just my girlies in the city, my
and
guys
it doesn't
here.
mean like you can still
yeah.
make a lot of money, you can still be so successful, but then have
Exactly.
like real
I'm just
ass
like,
friends.
yeah, I'm like, I just want like authentic friendships. And I think like getting older and going into your 20s, like it's so important to solidify like who you actually get along with and who's actually going to be there for you in the long run. And, you know, it's all about quality over quantity now. And it's just like, you know, some of those people that I hung out, you know, with in LA, they were great, but unfortunately, a lot of them are fake.
Right. And you still surround yourself, like our whole friend group, just because we're not famous influencers, we are all hardworking.
You guys are real ass people,
real ass people with like good job. Like we're all like very motivating and like inspiring to be around, but we're not fucking Kendall Jenner. Like you don't have to hang out with those people. People think it's like all about who you surround yourself with. Yes, but that doesn't mean that they have to be famous. They have to be hardworking.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't have to be like Kylie Jenner and her friends.
Anyways, but so long story short, that turned into like a whole like solidifying friendships and like
it did. It
talk,
really did.
whatever. But I mean, back to the point, rejecting men, getting rejected. You know, so that was like a soft rejection.
No, that was, and again, like that one was the one I handled gracefully, and then pretty quickly after that, I got into my last fling before I started dating Sammy, which was with this guy who I met through a group of friends, and he's a great guy. He was lovely, whatever, but he was like super cool guy, like he born and raised in New York City, and just like, again, like I did really like him actually. This guy I fell really hard for. But with that being said, it was never going to work. Even if he liked me just as much back, it would never work. Yeah. Because even when I was with his friends, like they were just like the ultra cool, like they hung out with like some rappers and just like I was so out of place.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it just, and like they loved me and they were so kind to me, but I just was so out of place.
Yeah.
And ultimately that ended terribly because I remember one of the last times we hung out, like it was like we were seeing each other, but it wasn't exclusive or anything. And I really, really liked him. Like I had a huge crush on this guy. And I don't really know why. I think it was just like my first time out of a long-term relationship, like clicking with a guy, and he was really cool and he was very attractive. But again, like it never would have worked out, even if he had liked me back. But one of the last times I hung out with him, him and his friend were walking in my apartment, and his friend goes, "Hey Lily, can I talk to you in the hallway for a second?" And I was like, wait, what the fuck? And the guy I like goes in my apartment and just like is chilling. We go in the hallway. And his friend is so mean, so mean. He goes to me, "Look, if I'm going to be totally honest with you, Lily, you're like really fucking annoying."
What?
Dude, immediately
Wait, I've never heard this story.
Yeah.
What?
I wasn't even going to tell this part because it was so brutal. It was brutal. And it was so strange because first of all, when I hung out with them, I actually usually tried to be very, very quiet because I just wanted to keep my mouth shut. So I was just trying to play it cool. But he was like, yeah, like, I'm sorry if that's really mean. And immediately in that moment, I felt like my 14-year-old self again, who was getting like bullied and called annoying in school. And it hurt my feelings at the time, but now it's really funny. But at the time, I'm like in love with the guy that's right behind the door. And he's like, yeah, like no one else thinks this. It's just me. Don't worry. And I'm like, oh, grand. Like whatever.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, great. I'm so glad. He's like, I just think you're really fucking annoying. He was so brutal and to the point. He's like, I just think you're the worst, pretty much. We all like grew up here and we have like this really cool slang and like whatever. And like sometimes you try to get in on our jokes and you just will never get it and you're never going to click with us. And I was like,
what?
Wow.
Oh my God. Wait, did you tell the guy that you were talking to about this? And what did he say?
I told him later in the night and he was like pretty devastated that his friend would do something like that because he thought like, even though I don't think the feelings, like the love feelings were mutual. Well, they weren't. Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah, but still,
but
I guess
he
it was like
loved and respected me and still does. Like he checks in on me once in a while. He's a great guy. He like respected me so much and loved who I was as a person that he was mortified that his friend would say this to me, and he went off on him, which was so nice.
Oh my God.
But
wait, what did you say to the friend in the moment?
Like I said, I really felt like a 14-year-old little girl again. So you just kind of like
shut down?
Which is I'm ashamed of because like I think I would have gone off, but I still was like I was in a really vulnerable position. I was trying to make friends, trying to get in this cool group of guys and girls, whatever. And I just like melted in that moment and I just gave up. But a few weeks later, on Christmas break, he called me to apologize and I went off. And my mom was next to me and she's like, go. Go. Yeah, my mom, when I told her that happened, my mom like teared up. She was like, oh my God.
That sucks. Like when you have a significant other, like I hear so many stories of like people saying that like their significant other's friends don't like them or whatever.
I can't imagine.
That must be so fucking hard. Like
it wouldn't work. Well, personally, it wouldn't work for me.
It would not work
me
for
and
me
Sammy,
either.
That's like that's a really
I feel like I would
just
be like, yeah, like you're around your friends all the time. I would feel so uneasy.
I don't even call them Sammy's friends anymore. They're like my family now.
They're
like,
your friends.
They're my best friends, and I'm so grateful. And Sammy is your best friend, and Martine's best friend, and Hannah and Iman, like Jeff and everyone. It's like we're all friends now. It's not really that serious. But yeah, so moral of the story is this guy ended up, he was such like he really liked me, but he was in that part of his life where he was such a player. Yeah. And like he's fucking cool, and he would go to these parties and every girl wanted him, and
oh my gosh.
Eventually it just got like kind of exhausting, and I just said to him, I was like you just want this to be over, right? And he was like, yeah, pretty much. And then classic, as we said before, they always come back. They always come back. This was like around Christmas, and then in January we like cut it off, and then I meet Sammy in April. I go away to Europe for the whole summer for 3 months, and while I'm in Europe he's hitting me up, the old guy. You know what? When I get back, he's like, I want you, and I'm like, it's too late, bro. I met the nicest guy ever who loves and appreciates me. I like him way more than I liked you, and also just like, you're way too late. I gave you the opportunity, like, and you know what?
It's like they always come back, no matter
at the worst time too. At the worst time,
but no matter how long it's been. I think I told you about not my most recent ex, but the one before that, the one I dated for like 6 months, the one that was also a ginger.
Oh yeah.
He came back hitting me up like 4 years after we broke up. I'm telling you,
Jesus,
they always come back. It does not matter.
And
how
that's not
long
the case for women. That's not the case for women. I'm talking about men. I'm sorry. It's true.
Done.
It's true.
You cut me off, I'm cutting you off.
Even
that's
if
it.
I still want you because of my pride as a woman, I will not.
I will
never.
Like, never.
Exactly. When we cut things off in January, me and that guy, I was so sad. Like I was pretty heartbroken, which is crazy. Like that was the first time I had been properly rejected by a guy I really liked, and I was experiencing that for the first time as a 19-year-old. I was heartbroken. I didn't hit him up one fucking time, and I was so proud of myself for that.
Once
I was so proud of myself, and I was like, I'm not doing it. And that's when I changed my life. I started styling celebrities and traveling, and my whole life changed in 2019. But I had to stand my ground. But and to this day, once a month or something, he'll reply to one of my stories and be like, I fucked up. And I'm like, you did fuck up.
Yeah, I'm hot, I'm spicy.
I'm like, I got a whole man, a whole apartment, a whole
cat. Career.
Yeah,
like
I go a whole cat.
A whole cat.
I got a whole fucking cat.
I got a whole beanie.
Beanie, what it do, baby?
Oh my God. Well,
didn't you have one? Did you have one?
I don't remember.
Christina's like, I've actually never been rejected. So.
No, I definitely do have rejection stories. I don't know if there's one I could think of right off the top. You know what? I do remember You remember the guy that like I blacked out on his bathroom floor?
Classic.
He rejected
story.
me, and then he got a girlfriend.
Still fair.
Yeah, still fair.
You did-
which I'll
you
tell
did
that
Blackie.
story.
You did Blackie on
I
the
did
floor.
Blackie a little bit. You know what though? I'll tell the story, but me and Lily have been chugging iced coffees during this episode, and I'm going to pee my pants
Explode.
again. So
Pause
on the story. We will be back in a jiffy.
And we're back.
And we're back. Sorry,
She's
guys.
like, we'll be right back. You guys have no pause.
Yeah, no pause. So it just sounds like we're right back at it.
Yeah.
Lily's toilet wouldn't flush. That's great.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. But anyways, okay, let's get into this Blackout story and how it relates to this man rejecting me. So basically, I was actually, you know what, it technically is like, originally when I had the Really Pitchy podcast, I was going to do the Book of Boys Past on there.
Yeah.
Which is like the stories of like all the guys that like I went on dates with. This is one of the guys. So this is going to be one of the stories actually, which I didn't expect to tell this today, but it's fine. We're going to go right into it. Anyways, so one night I went out drinking with my friend Luke, and we were out drinking. We were with a few of his friends, and one of his friends was like, one of my friends just moved to the city, and him and his roommate got an apartment, whatever. We're going to go there and drink. We were at PhD rooftop. So he's like, we're going to do a little after party.
That's where you went wrong.
Right.
That's where you went wrong.
We're at PhD.
Yikes.
Like, also, my dress broke on this night. I think I showed you that video of my dress, like, snapping. Luke literally got it on video. It was so funny. This was that night.
Oh, my God.
So I have a broken dress. But we leave PhD. We go to this guy's apartment. No idea who these two dudes are. Like, and I'm just showing up to their apartment with, like, Luke and his other friends. And I was single at the time, obviously. And one of the guys was... So, well, here's the thing. He wasn't like super cute. He was like a little cute. He was definitely like,
we were drunk as well.
We were drunk, but he wasn't like super cute. But I was so attracted to this man because, oh my God, he could make me laugh.
Yeah,
he was making me cackle the whole night. He was hitting on me, cracking jokes, like our humor just like bounced off each other right away. So I was like 10 times more attracted to him.
Always.
Right. So anyways, we're at his apartment. I've never met him before. He's like talking to me. He's like, hi, my name is, Mr. Blackout Guy. We'll call him.
Mr. Music Man and Mr. Blackout
Mr. Blackout Guy. He's like telling me that he works for a hard seltzer company, which I thought was like super cool. Anyways, met him this night. We're talking. I was the last one to leave their apartment that night because everybody else's Ubers already got there and I was waiting on mine. So while I was waiting for my Uber, this guy asked for my number before I was leaving, and he was like, I would love to take you on a date. And I was like, oh my God, of course. And so we exchanged numbers. And then I don't even know when this was, like a few days later, maybe a week later, Lily hits me up and she's like, hey, me, Jeff, their ex-roommate, your mom,
my mother,
her mother,
Queen Patty,
right, Queen Patty, Sammy, everybody was going to like this Irish bar or whatever down the street.
Classic.
Of course.
Shout out Patty.
Right. Patty O'Kennedy.
I would just like to say hi to Patty O'Kennedy.
I know. Hi, Patty. This is the second episode that we've mentioned him in. We mentioned him in the first episode too, I think.
Sammy's going to be pissed.
Like, why are you giving Patty more shout outs than your own boyfriend? But anyways, they were at this bar and Lily was like, oh my God, come. I was like, okay, sounds good. And I just went and I met up with them and we got so drunk. We were taking shots and this guy happened to be texting me, asking me like what I was up to for the night. And I was at this bar with them and I was like, oh my gosh, like come through to this bar. I'm here with like my friends, whatever. I think I asked you guys too. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to invite like this guy that I saw the other night.
I was like, oh my God, bring all the randoms.
Right. Like,
I want the randoms.
all the randoms.
They bring the drama. They bring the tea. They bring
Right.
the entertainment.
Right. So he's texting me like, what are you up to? And I was like, oh my God, I'm at this bar. Like, come through. And he's like, I'm with my roommate. Like, is that fine if I bring him? I was like, yeah, totally.
More randoms? Yes.
More randoms. Absolutely.
Please, God.
So they end up showing up to this bar and we are already so fucking drunk when they show up. And so we make them drink and they're drunk. We were so drunk. This night was my first ever actual blackout, like drunk. Like,
Cute.
I've never gotten blackout drunk until this night. And so I drank so much. I barely remember.
So did my mother.
Right. Your mom was
mom
giving
never,
me like
ever
epic
gets
life
drunk.
advice that night.
Yeah. My mom was popping off.
Right. And that was like, was that the first time I met your mom too? Yes, that was.
She was like, Christina, I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
with
and
you.
I was like, oh my God, Sandy, we're going to be BFFs.
Yeah.
Like, she was great.
And they are to this day.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She is my queen. But so this guy's at this bar with us, whatever, we're drinking. Everyone's so drunk. And so I didn't remember how I got to his apartment until, you know, when you like get really fucking drunk, you like black out, and then all of a sudden, like the few days after, little things just start coming back to you.
Oh, yeah, that's the scaries.
That's the scare. You're like, oh, I did that. So
flashbacks.
Right. So I was trying. So I didn't remember anything from the night. I just remember like being really drunk at the bar and then all of a sudden waking up on his bathroom floor.
That just made me think of when Iman was like, get handsy. Oh my God.
Come on, Lily, get a little
I still get flashbacks from the night we went to a strip club. That'll be a whole episode.
I dropped
Dear God.
several didn't I like spill shots or something? Like I like knocked over
Yeah.
like a full shot.
And spent like $500
Yes.
in one night at a bar.
Right.
Good times.
Anyways, that's another episode. But yeah, so I just remember waking up at his bathroom floor, but then, you know, the scaries came a few days later. I started to remember things. So here's what happened. I could not put my address into Uber because I was so drunk. So, what's it called? The guy, Mr. Blackout Man, took my phone and he's like, what's your address?
Where do you live? I live there.
Yeah.
I live over there.
I live there.
I live up
And
there.
he was like, come on, like, what's your address? Like, trying to help me out. He was such a nice guy, like a genuinely nice dude.
You're like, I don't know, guess.
Yeah, like, I don't know. But anyways, I like literally, I think I ended up just being like, I don't know, could I just go home with you? Like, I said something like that because then, sure enough, I ended up going home with him. And I'm like,
He's like babysitting you.
No, actually. So I just remember getting in an Uber with him, his roommate, and your ex-roommate. And it dropped your ex-roommate off first. And then we went to their apartment. And I guess, like, okay, so what I do remember, you know, once again, once the scaries hit, is I, like, got into their apartment. And I got pajamas, like the guy, Mr. Blackout Man, gave me pajamas to put on, like a t-shirt and everything. I just like took off my clothes, whatever, put my jewelry away. I laid down his bed, no joke, for like 10 minutes and then got up and ran to the bathroom, violently puking.
Yay, yummy.
Yum. And I was just puking. And
Good.
here's the thing.
I love that.
I got... God bless this man. I got vomit in my hair twice, and 2 times he put my head over the tub and washed my hair for me.
Oh my God, I love him.
Right? He literally
Get him on the podcast.
Get him on the podcast. But yeah, he literally vomited my hair twice.
Oh my God.
And twice he was like, oh, this is bad. And literally like helped me put my head into the bathtub so he could wash the vomit out of my.
This is why we can't say all men suck.
Yeah, right.
Most men, yes.
Most men, but not all.
Not all, baby.
Not all. He ended up also, I literally could not move in the bathroom because I was just puking so much that he ended up bringing me a pillow and blanket and like set me up to sleep in the bathroom because I
like
told him I
putting
couldn't
Olaplex
leave.
in your hair.
Right. Like he's like dematting
Do you have any heat protectant or oil for my hair?
Please.
Is this like a full service situation or like is this like a dry bar?
Right. How much do I tip?
Can you do a blowout? No. Okay.
But you know, so he sets up blanket and pillow in the bathroom. I fall asleep. I remember waking up.
Pillow in the bathroom.
Yep, on the floor. I wake up 8 a.m. on his bathroom floor.
Blackie.
Blacked out.
Still
Wake
drunk.
up. Yeah, no, still slightly drunk, but this time a little more competent. I'm like, what the fuck? I go out and like into his living room. I put all my clothes back on. I find my jewelry that's like everywhere. I put that back on. And then I leave.
Get the fuck out of there.
I got the fuck out of there. And then I texted him because him and his roommate were still asleep. And I texted him. I was like, oh my God, hi. Like, I woke up. I'm so sorry about last night. Like, I swear to God, I'm usually not that sloppy drunk. Like, I don't know what happened. But thank you so much for like letting me stay and like taking care of me.
He's like, yeah, never
you
want to
know,
see you again.
No, so I text him And I was like, I totally understand if you never want to see me again after this, though. LMAO. Anyways, he texts me back like 2 hours later when he wakes up. And he's like, oh my God, hey, like, it's really no big deal. You were funny as fuck last night. Glad you got home safe. I would still love to see you again.
What?
Like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, oh my God.
After
I was
you
like, okay.
my hair
Right
with
after,
vomit in it?
right. And then I didn't even reply to him after that. But an hour after that, he texted me again. He said, what are you doing tonight? Do you want to go out to dinner?
You're like, oh, I'll still be vomiting, but sure.
Yeah, no. Oh, and this is really bad. Here's the worst part about this. I said no, I couldn't go to dinner. And you want to know why I couldn't go to dinner? Because I was going out to see another guy that I was talking to.
Oh. Martine will be signing off now.
It wasn't Martine.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yet.
We were not talking to him at the time. Yet. It was this other
Jesus
guy.
Christ.
So
why
it was
did he
dog
end up-
guy.
Yeah.
Was
So
going to
why
hang
did
out
this
with dog
guy
guy.
end up rejecting you?
So what happened was he was like, want to go to dinner? I was like, oh my God, like I can't, but like, I would love to like see you again, whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, no problem. Like we'll set it up for another day. And then I texted him like 2 or 3 times over the next like 2 months after, like, hey, like, what are you up to today? Like, let's hang. No reply. Text again. Hey, like, would love to like do that dinner that you talked about, whatever. No reply. I even like was following him on Instagram at the time. Don't follow him anymore, but like I replied to his Instagram story. No reply.
Oh my God. Ouch.
No reply. All of a sudden, I go on Instagram, got a girlfriend.
Yeah. That would make me feel better though, because then it's like, it's not because you're not hot.
Right. He ended up getting a girlfriend. I'm
got
like, okay,
snatched up.
good. Happy for you. Totally did make
Good
a fool of
for
myself, so I
you.
get it. But yeah. But you know what? He did end up replying to me once. Before he ghosted me, he replied to me because once I left his apartment, I went back to mine. I fell asleep immediately when I got home. But when I woke up, I had like these gigantic like cuts and bangs on my arm, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
What did he do?
From? So then I text him and I go, do you have any idea how I got these last night? Because these were not here. Like these are, like when you're
Fresh
drunk and you wake
wounds.
up and you
Fresh
wake up with a
wounds.
bruise and you're like,
Yeah, we love
okay,
a
so
drunk bruise,
yeah, exactly. A drunk bruise is the best. So I'm like, do you know what I got these from? And he goes, well, when you came stumbling through the door at my apartment, like I said, he worked for a hard seltzer company. So he had a bunch of boxes of like shit from work of like seltzers and like promo stuff, like wristbands and t-shirts or whatever, these like gigantic boxes in his living room. I guess when I walked through the door drunk, I ran right into them.
Very good.
Yep,
Yes.
and fell directly over them.
Of course,
knocked
right.
over all the boxes.
As you do.
As we do.
As
So
we
he's
do.
like, he was like, well, my best guess would be, from when
The
you
face
walked to my
plant.
apartment last night. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And fucking face planted into a box of seltzers.
Oh, good.
And I was like, oh. And then like a week after that too, your fucking ex-roommate texts me. She goes, were you aware that you took these photos on my phone? Sends me 2 selfies that I took on her phone
Great.
with this guy at the bar. T. And I was like, nope, was not aware, but that is fucking hilarious.
That's amazing.
And I still have the photos to this day because it's just memories. I have a photo. It's me and him like at this bar sticking our tongues out or whatever, just like posing to the camera. And then literally you swipe my camera roll and the next photo is my like fucked up arm.
Oh
Like,
my God.
Scratched up,
Before
fucked
and
up
after.
arm. Yeah, but anyways,
Jesus.
yeah. So he ended up getting a
R-E-J-E.
girlfriend, ghosting. I guess ghosting and rejection it falls right into the same category because
Yeah,
if you're
he
getting ghosted,
ghosted
you're
you.
getting rejected. Yeah. So I was just
it's
like,
just a brutal way to reject
yeah,
someone.
no, it just
but-
like sucked because like you said, like with Mr. Music Man, he was one of those guys that I was like, okay, maybe like I wasn't there romantically, but like he was so cool.
Yeah.
And like we really like vibed and
I
everything.
like hanging out. Like when you're single, you're not always looking for a fucking boyfriend.
Yeah, no, and that's why I discovered. That's why that other guy. Remember, I told you about my Mr. Music Man, the one that I went on. I think I told you I went on a date with him once, and there was like nothing romantic there, but like we really just fucking vibed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were like still friends and everything. he was fucking cool. We went on a date, realized there's nothing romantic there, but like we were like, you're fucking cool, I'm fucking cool. Yeah, let's be pals.
You're cool, I'm cooler. Let's be friends.
Yeah, let's be friends. So it's crazy how like that stuff could like come out of dating.
Yeah.
I think I was so afraid to go into dating when like I got out of my relationship, and then once I was in it, I was like,
it sucks.
This is fantastic.
So fun.
Yeah, because it's like even like the horrible dates are still stories.
Yeah.
Like I have some really bad dates that are
So
just
bad.
like so blah, but now like I'm able to joke about them and stuff. And then I have really great dates, and then, like you just get the whole mix of it. But anyways, long story short, yeah, that's I think my most recent rejection story, because other than that, all the other guys on the Book of Boys passed, I rejected. So
yeah. Let's not get it twisted. I rejected way more guys than have rejected me.
Right.
But girls, it happens.
But it happens.
Nothing personal.
It's part of life.
You're still way hotter than them.
Right.
Don't get it twisted.
Exactly.
And we wanted to say our biggest piece of advice for getting rejected. Like I said earlier, when the second guy rejected me, who I really, really liked, as much as I wanted to, don't text him.
Do not.
You don't care. You don't even remember who he is. You don't care what he's doing.
One thing I realized, you're like, I forget how the line goes specifically. There's a specific like catchy line that goes where it's like your silence is like way better.
It speaks volumes.
Yeah, exactly. Silence speaks
louder.
Volumes rather than like you like. Sometimes we have our crazy girl moments where we just want to like go off.
Oh, girl.
Been there, done
I've had
that before.
So many. Like, I'm not that cool.
Yeah, silence is the real winner. Whether you're A, just trying to like keep your pride, B, showing them what they missed out on, like showing them that, you know, you're not like some sort of toy.
Yeah.
Silence is the best. Ghost him back.
And don't make yourself look
him
stupid. Like,
back.
I was so bad in high school for being like super just like obsessed with guy. Like, if I got like this one guy in high school always rejected me, and I was obsessed with him, and I blew it. Like, I would send him fucking novels over text and like
so bad.
Try to like get all his friends to like vouch for me. It was so pathetic. And I'm so glad I learned that at a young age, because some girls don't, and they do it in their 20s. Or guys and guys,
and
they look like
me?
idiots.
You
look so stupid.
Oh my God, I have this one friend who I absolutely love and adore, but she cannot keep her mouth shut for shit. And I'm just like, oh my God, like I love you, like, you so much, but you're just pathetic. Digging yourself a hole.
Yeah.
And like I've tried.
Look so
here's
bad.
the thing, like we're older now. I don't care. Like if my friends are digging themselves a hole,
that's not my problem.
Yeah. Well, two things. One, I'm going to tell you and I'm going to try and help you, but you're old enough to realize that you shouldn't be doing.
Our friend? Who we're not really.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Not her.
Yeah.
Different friend.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it off the record.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, and it's just like I love her so much.
It's exhausting. You can't help them. They're going to continue to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, girls, don't do it. And guys, like just don't text them. Like you send your, you have your final breakup or like whatever it is.
Yeah.
You say your piece. Say what you need to say. Like don't be shy when you're having that fight or conversation. Yeah. Go the fuck off. But once it's done,
it's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
Unless they text you, don't text them. No matter how much it hurts, because it's gonna fucking hurt. But like
exactly.
Use that pain and that anger to like then
to motivate you.
Yeah, I turned it into like holy shit, I need to make a bunch of friends,
my shit together,
get my career straightened out, like just do you, and they're probably gonna come back, and if they don't, oh my God, get over it. Like you're so young. Like heartbreak is heartbreak. It sucks, but get over it.
Yeah,
get over it. I sound like a fucking bitch, but it has to be like, please
get over it.
I'm begging you not to embarrass yourself. Like I can feel the cringe and it has to stop, girls.
Yeah, no, it's better just being silent anyways, because then they're like, why aren't they talking to me?
Yeah.
Are they doing better than me?
Especially like, as a girl, if you're silent, you are ruining their ego. They want you to crawl back. You want them to crawl back, girl. Trust me. That shit is hilarious.
Oh, no.
And then you get to reject them. Are you kidding? It's fantastic.
Oh, no. It's honestly genius.
There's no better feeling.
Exactly. All right. So, you already know, Toxic Confessions time. Once again, we're obviously kicking off the show, only 3rd episode. So, we still need Toxic Confessions. Please send them in to us, guys.
Send them in anyway. Like, DM, tweet, anything is
exactly.
fine.
DM, tweet us. We're always looking at that stuff, whether whether it's on our personal pages or on the Gin Toxic podcast page. Send them in. But Lily has a really good toxic confession today from one of her friends, I believe.
Yeah.
So
I'll make it quick because this episode is ridiculously long.
But it's
good
pretty
friend
great.
of mine. Last week was a friend of mine too. My friends are psychotic. No, but
I love that though.
This girl had something toxic done to her. I've actually heard she's dating one of Sammy's good friends, and I've notoriously heard about this crazy ex-boyfriend of hers, and she wrote in that
sorry,
Christina's yelling at me because I
get
never hold the mic
close
right
to the mic.
She sent in this story that they broke up, whatever, and she had to block his number because he would text like her whole family trying to get in contact with her. It was fucking crazy. Like
That's
Instagram
nuts.
message, Facebook message, like calling, texting, everything. She blocks him on all forms of social media and on her phone. And so he can't get in contact with her. So what does he do? I personally admire his creativity.
Right.
He emailed her. Oh
my God.
And he said something along the lines of like, my grandmother just passed away. How dare, like, I can't believe you're not even answering me. Like, I need you right now. Which, okay, I don't care who died. Like, that's your, you know, this is your ex-girlfriend who you were horrible to.
Exactly.
Like, that's your business. Like, leave her alone. Like, whatever.
Like she blocked you. She's not responding to you for a reason.
Yeah. And like, why do you need her to know that your grandmother died? Like, that's sad, but like, why do you need her to know? That's very weird.
Yeah.
So he emails her that his grandmother died. So she sees the email and she's like, okay, wow, he fucking emailed me. That's insane. But like, he's crazy. And let me just send him a quick text to say sorry and like, good luck, whatever. So she unblocks him, sends him a text sending her condolences. And he texts back and goes, just kidding, my grandma didn't die. I just wanted you to text me back.
That's horrible.
Oh my God. Like,
horrible,
what is wrong
toxic.
with you?
You know what? That's
so
like a different
fucked.
level though, because that's like bringing death. Like when people bring death or like serious illness into the equation, that's like a not really okay. Because there's some people that like really like, you know, are affected by that stuff.
Yeah, well, and this girl, she's honestly the sweetest ever. And I can imagine, like, if I got that email from my ex, this is gonna sound insane, I probably wouldn't get it.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I would either.
First of all, and like, okay, your grandmother died. Like, I'm so sorry, but I have no affiliation with you anymore at all. You did me so wrong. You're a horrible person. Like, this is none of my concern.
Yeah, exactly. It depends. Exactly. It depends on how the ex is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And like,
if it's like a good ex,
if it's an ex that has to email me in order to get in contact with me.
Obviously, there's an issue standing.
Yeah, and she considered getting like a restraining order on this guy. Like, it's a wild story.
That's not okay.
So the fact that she had the heart that I wouldn't have to even block him and text him is insane to me, and just so nice of her. And for him to just like, what's wrong
take
with
advantage
you?
of her kindness, essentially.
This is fucked up. That's not even like a toxic confession. That's like just fucked up.
Do you know how long after they broke up that happened?
It was like a month, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did they date for?
I have no idea, but it was at least like a year or something like that. It wasn't like a very quick relationship, but it wasn't too long.
But it was
either.
a pretty toxic one.
Yeah, it was. This guy sounds insane.
Oh my God.
Absolutely wild. So
it's not so much her toxic thing that she did.
No,
it's what her ex pulled on her that was so
you
toxic.
guys can send us, you know, even if you didn't do something toxic. If someone did something toxic
story,
to you,
send it in.
Tell us. Or if your friend did something toxic. I don't give a fuck who did it. I want to know what they did.
Know. We need names. We need plots.
I know. No, like send
like,
me, write it, like act like you're writing an essay or a book. Like just tell, or like voice memo us on Instagram. You can do that too. Send us like a voice memo.
That's a good idea.
That's an easy. My friend sent me like
a
videos.
Damn voice memo.
Yeah, whatever works. Just give us the tea.
Right. We want it. We want all the drama.
Oh my God, we need to get out of here.
We have so much to do today, guys. Like we said earlier, like when we started the episode, we have our photo shoot tomorrow. We got to like get all these outfits together and stuff. So we're going to end the episode now. I mean, the episode already went on for like over an hour. So
I'm doing a little fitting with Christina.
Right.
Stylist
So
Lily
much
at your fucking
fun.
service.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to like get all the clothes out, put them on the
Yay.
racks, and put everything together. It's gonna be so good. We're so excited. But anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Make sure to go follow us, Gin Toxic Podcast, on Instagram, Twitter pending. Don't know if we'll definitely have a Twitter by the time this is
and
out.
TikTok.
Yeah, and TikTok. Yes, we actually
make some
tomorrow,
funny-ass
yes,
TikToks,
at
bitch.
our photo shoot for the next 2 days, we are planning on making a lot of TikToks, so follow us on TikTok. Yeah, if you guys look at, you know what I'll do while we're recording this, we don't have the username yet, but you guys could go to the episode description and we'll put our
Yes.
username
Yeah,
there
absolutely.
because by the time this is out, we'll definitely have a page.
Yeah, we
So-
got a lot to do, baby.
yeah, we got some stuff to do. But anyways, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll
you
see
so
you next
much.
week.
Love you long time. Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.